Okay. Good, it's on. I need to go, Moody, these nuts, Lave, Camp, doing GC right now. On the GC. There we go. They're notified accordingly. I think I may have solved the issue. Let's see what we can do. So, I'm not in replay mode right now. Let's go like this. Let's just zap this up to Devil Horn +4, sure. Okay, let's get at least wave 2000, huh? I think if I just go here. There we go. I need to spend the gems. Also, it's kind of obnoxious me being able to see that behind that, so I'm just going to cover that bit. Nice. There we go. I'll be disappointed if the Devil Horn 4 just sort of falls apart in like 3 waves time. It shouldn't be. Right. Okie dokie. Let's spend these gems first of all. Actually. 2, 3, 4, 5. Smash the heck out of the this. Oh yeah. That's right. Money. Oh. We're like the tiniest bit off. Quickly whack out a dragon then. Then that'll be enough money. Then back to this. Also, let's go crystal tree so I can get some upgrades to the ballista cast in the meantime, and we roll. Nice. Go. It's not too slideshowy right now. Slideshowy, which is good. Not sure if the excessive amount of money I'm gaining is actually from the wave or if it's from my colonies at this point. It seems to be making quite a lot of wave. Maybe I should have a look at it as I go. Nice. Oh yeah, I want to have a look. So I'm earning 680k, so I'm basically just break even right now. Why only break even? I can't really upgrade this too much. Would it still clear if I go triple gold? Test time. Because if it is, then I'll let it go. I'd like to hope it is, considering what I've done for the account. Man is still looking a little spotty. Yeah, this is fine. It's not too slideshowy, I don't think. It's a little bit, but nothing incredible. Maybe part of this damage income is from the lack of cooldown I possess. My thoughts? I think I've already set the ballista to air. Hello, Camp. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna hit you with a hi, hearty, 3333, and I can click buttons. Yeah. So, I've done quite a few bits and bobs for the account, Camp, but treasures is not something this account can currently possess. I have one purple equipped, and it's average at best. I've really had no luck with it, and I can't quite kill Sin yet. So when this, probably after today, I'll be able to kill Sin. Literally all I need is a 7th skill point. When we get to wave 2000, I think I'm good against Sin. Which is quite nice. We just got to get there first. How's your day going? What's the weather like over in Deutschland? Over here it's super hot. Yeah, I'm not far off killing Sin. I know that. I get to about 60% of its hit points bar at the moment, Camp. I've also done colonies on World 1 up to... So World 1 I've done up to about 16k. World 2 I've done to about 8k. It was hot early but now it's rainy. Are you sure you're not from the UK? And then Orcs I think I've done to 7k. 6k maybe? Yeah, this really is close to just killing Sin. I need Sin for the extra, just for the better treasure chance. There's no point me really. Half of the time I've been selling, I've been matting, but the materials don't really matter at this point. I need to kill Sin. That's why I'm heading for that goal right now. What? Why do you've got nothing to apologise for. You don't need to be sorry to me. Why are you just blabbering on anyway? Nothing wrong there. But yeah, the TLDR, I've spent quite a bit of time gaining levels, etc. So this is... You missed what I was saying, but I can't remember what I was saying. Maybe I think the TLDR of what you might have missed was me talking about how I've got halfway through World 1 for colonies. Got all the basic town archer damage buffs, and got a load of unit and castle levels. I think that's all I was saying. I don't think it was anything important, Camp. My philosophy is if I can't remember what I was talking about, it probably wasn't important. I know that applies to a big chunk of what I say, but like, if I truly can't remember, that's the truly boring stuff even I don't pay attention to. Yeah, there's this... Because I've been... Not when I've been streaming, Camp, but like, say for instance, so yesterday, Calgie and I sat here for 3.5 hours, I think, on Holocure. After I finished streaming Holocure, I did a little bit of off-screen grinding in the game, and while it was going on I had BlueStacks on in the background. So apply that one day and apply it over quite a few over the last few days. I really have been trying to get this ready for, well, you can see what this is doing to Team Devilhorn 4. This isn't exactly not working at Devilhorn 4 with 3 normal accessories, with 3 gold items, I may add. I haven't got the power glove on. This is just 3 gold treasures. Ideally, I'll be looking for L items on the account ASAP as well. Ultimately, what I would like this account to do is part of the reasons why I'm only streaming the account, Camp, is that this account I want to be able to help with some sort of push, whether it be us in MVL or whether I can send this over to another guild that's trying to go for, I don't know, T50 pushes or something. I could then get in their guild, help them out and live stream the pushes. That's kind of a plan. So then once this account's ongoing more, I'll be able to live stream more of this game. If that makes sense? Maybe it doesn't, maybe it does, but that's kind of an idea I had. Not saying it's what's going to happen, I'm just saying it's a thought. But the main reason why I've been looking not at my main account, really, is because I've been doing so much streaming and recording. Because my focus has been on my YouTube stuff, I've not been focusing on Grow Castle. Sure, I could have sat there and kept running my gold stuff and dragons and that, but when I'm trying to focus on winning in Slay the Spire, for instance, which by the way has been kicking my ass all day, I literally just got tomorrow's video out done today, and that's it, and I then had like 2.5 hours of sheer nothing. It's a little difficult to do dragons in between that, for instance. So what I'm trying to say is I keep my attention to where I need to, where possible. I can't do the look at 50 million things properly anymore. I'm past the point of being able to look at 7 different screens. I will now, Camp, admit that I am becoming too old for my old versions of multitasking. And I know that's on me, but just saying. That's how it goes. I mean, I think with Grow Castle, it's fun to do the early game anyway. I like doing the early game. Yeah, that's pretty much it. On my main account, I mainly just let Gab run. I'm not even watching the ads. It's just my You asked me what my colonies were at earlier. So I'm at wave nearly 665k, right? So my infinite colony is at wave 2,700. So it's like 2.7 million. So it's like 4.5-ish, 4.4-ish. Is the true answer to your question from earlier. I basically calculated that I can go to about wave 700k and I'm still at a ratio of over 4, essentially. So the main account's not doing too bad in that sense. It just needs the time to earn the money. My ice account will just forever and a day just go to where it needs. Yeah, it's not bad. But yeah, my ice account just does what it needs to do just to contribute to wherever it needs to go to. Then hopefully I can ask Lave about getting into NVL 3 with my ISOL actually, because I want to help him get skill points. Basically what I want to do, Camp, is I want to be able to help with my main account on big pushes. My side account's a support account, and then when we're not pushing, my main account will be for helping other like helping with skill points and stuff. I'm not too fussed about being permanently pushing. I know that sounds weird, but I just enjoy helping out, like, that side of things. That's partly why I was eager to drop out of NBL main, to help gain the other skill points. So that's kind of why I would like to ask Lave if I can get the password to NVL 3 and ask him if I can help him. I think he said that one was a public guild though. I can't remember. Oh, by the way, the music that's playing is apparently a lo-fi chilled beats playlist. If you want me to find some other types of music, please let me know. This is just... Yeah, Camp. Permanently pushing sucks in terms of there's always a pressure, isn't there? To permanently, have the phone on, permanently be at the max, and permanently pushing this, and permanently looking at the game. Life happens, That's why, yes, I understand that the top 50 guilds are rather competitive. I don't dispute that. It's still a competitive game in that aspect. But I more like the game for what we have actually. I just like us guys chatting shit in the the MVL Discord. As I say, helping out among our guilds to get pushes where needed. I don't know, that's sort of how I feel about it, Camp. But then again, I have expressed before that there was a time where I was just going to quit the game entirely. Which is partly why I was looking for other means and ways to do stuff. That's why I did that. That's why I was going on that theory testing malarkey. Finding out about the different units and working out game mechanics, because I was like, well, the physical meta build is boring. It's the same thing over and over again. Nothing's really done. You're just hitting buttons for arbitrary reasons. Let's do some cool stuff. Because otherwise you're just working with you're basically working with a flat board and there's no engagement. Does that sound like a weird theory? Or a weird point to make? Maybe it's a hot take, but that's how I see the game. In its current state, as it were. It's not even a case of it's annoying because I know less than you guys, as it were. I mean, everybody's going to know less than you, Camp, with the knowledge, but it's monotonous. Monotony is the word that springs to mind. Which is why I like to try and find out about different stuff and try this and try that. Just brings another level to something that we just do it day in, day out, if not. That's just my thoughts on it. I'm not saying it's right at all. And as mentioned, what's quite nice about this account is I'm actually kind of excited to be being able to kill Sin. You know, get that 7th skill point, make my units be able to resurrect, take down the bastard. Something like that.
Introducing an award-winning app from Rwanda, voted 2022's most popular broker by TradingView.
From Rwanda?
Setting up the app is as easy as compiling
a playlist. I'm in the UK, mate. What do you mean from Rwanda? Oh no, it's called Oanda, O-A-N-D-A. It sounded like it said Rwanda. I was going to say I'm not in. This is the wrong continent. Oops. Probably defeat from ads slowing the game down. But if it's going to be permanently defeated, then I might have to put the glove on. This Devil Horn 4 is so consistent currently just because of how much I've over-leveled that if needs be, I'll just take one of the gold relics off and put on the glove. It's that simple of a fix, which is nice. Oh yeah, so as you can see, we're at wave 1600. You can see the ratios themselves. The castle's at what? 0.4 nearly? Archers are at like 0.75. Yeah, there's been a lot of leveling. There's been a lot of leveling. Quite honestly. Is there any need to make the archers that high? No. Did I want to do it anyway? Yes. I spaced out entirely. That was bad. This is why I prefer the ones that I normally get, where it's like, can you match the person? Because you don't have to wait 9 seconds if you get it wrong. Plus, it's just a pain in the bum. Let's stick this back on. If you want me to look at any graph metrics at any point, Camp, we can. Yeah. That's the thing, because archers are so good at carrying the early game, I figured I want to get the archers as close as I can, or at 10k as soon as possible. Because, like, early game they do so much. I'd rather get that skill point really early, because it's also really cheap to get the 10k archers in comparison to everything else. So, like, they carry early game, plus they give you a skill point. Why not go for it, you know? It makes sense. Then you get the skill point out of the way, and then you just focus the money back on everything else. Pretty much. I also figured, right? So the reason why this game's lagging less, and I kid you not, Canth, I figured out the formula. It's reduced the size of blue stacks. I've literally made the game 50% of the size it once was on my screen. I literally shut down I literally like closed down the window to make it a lot smaller. It's still I've still re-aspected the window so that it's broadcasting it all properly, but my actual window is literally 40% of the size I was running at before. I'm finding it's keeping computer a lot more consistent when I'm doing other stuff alongside BlueStacks as well. So it's fixed. Yeah, the skill pin isn't very important in the very early game, but again, like you say, I'm literally just reading your comment, and that's pretty much the words that I've said. Yeah, it literally BlueStacks, because BlueStacks was giving performance issues big. I thought to myself, what happens if I make this smaller, made it smaller, and yes, there's still problems. But there's a lot less than before. Look at what I'm doing now compared to last time I tried to stream the game, when it was going at half a frame a second. Look at it now. It's so much better. It's causing far less issues for me. And yes, it's a really weird fix. But you know what? It doesn't matter how you get the fix, as long as you get the fix. So I'm a bit more content with it now. I might even reduce the size even further, but for now it's doing me okay. Exactly, Camp. If it works, it works. Nothing more to add or remove from the comment. It's always off-putting when you see the boss bar when there's 5 bosses, because it looks like the boss bar doesn't go down. And then all of them just die at once, and the bar just melts. It's like you need to see. It's like you need to see the screen to play this game anyway. You know what? Yeah, pretty much true. When the game's automatically doing it for you, all you need to be able to see is whether it says victory or defeat. Let's be honest. That's why it's nice that I can properly see what you guys are talking about when I play this. When I'm playing other stuff, I have to focus. Here, I'm not really focusing, if I'm quite honest with you, which is nice. You like just about more nonsense than usual, and it make even less sense. So that's a win-win-win. Also, you might have noticed that with this account, we no longer see independent levels. I got to level 401. We have the tree. I have a couple of I've put a couple of points into castle health. I put a couple of points into hero damage. I'll just do it every now and then, just knock it out. I'll upgrade everything minus town archers. The town archers are going to be 0, pretty much. And then the gold per kill and everything else will be up. They're not 100% important, but you know, why not have, say, plus 30,000 castle hit points when you can have it? Like, it's something. My hard mode farming strat is for earning gold. I haven't been doing that with this account. I've not been running that with this account. I've been running it with my other account. I've pretty much got the setup on this account though. You want to see it truly in action? We can. You know, after this wave, I can. Yeah, sure. It will look pointless on this account, but you'll get the premise. But I suppose it'd be fairly representative. Yeah, my main account, if I'm going to be sitting there earning money quickly, I'll use my hell mode strategy. If I'm just letting the game run, of course, it's waving. So, how accurate is this to my main? Not entirely accurate, but for the most part, this is pretty much spot on to my. The only thing that's missing is Dark Assassin, actually. Otherwise, this is my. Thingy account tit for tat. I didn't finish the setup because I set it up once and never touched it. So I want to go gold up here actually, because then this can do this. So set up a little something like this. We've got skill points. What do I do with my skill points here? Yes. Don't worry. This I could have done this on the background, I know, but we'll have it here. Go something like that. I'll just be working through. This needs to be upgraded as well at some point. I'll get the levels proper. It's fine. We'll worry about that later. Again, this guy's not even the right level either, so it's kind of screwed. Yeah, it's literally just this. This is literally what I run when I'm doing my Hell Mode Gold strategy. Then we flick that bad boy on, and then that's it. That's the entire strategy. But of course, on my main account, I'll have items that actually kill things. We're missing the Lightning Hunter in here because I don't have 13th slot. I've not put the upgraded. I've not upgraded the Golem Master. I've got the upgrade for the Golem Master. I know that. It's just not in my. I've got to change the upgrade path for it. Yeah, it's literally. I set it up. Also, Poseidon's here because he's got multi-hit. He's actually not too bad either. So in them few seconds, I earn 361k. When in a wave where we have to pay for the auto battle, I earn 865,000. So, right now, without any buffs on this deck, it's almost earning half of what the thing is. Again, this is just demonstrative. This isn't proper yet, but it gives you an idea, doesn't it? You said you wanted to see the build. It pretty much looks like that. So the Lightning Mage, of course, will be the one for Chain Lightning, which is down here. So it'd be Light Wizard. And then Zeus goes to the right path for the attacks, auto attacks, rather than the active path. So yeah, that's pretty much exactly what my gold farming build looks like at the moment. I have played around with, say, adding Defender in instead, but that's just a little weak in comparison. But yeah. I mean, to be fair, because this is kind of lax. Yeah. The idea, so the reason why the reason why I discovered it and the way I did it, Camp, is that the gold that you earn from all monsters in Hell Mode is the same, whether you're killing a normal zombie at zero score, or whether you're killing a zombie at, say, 70 billion score, right? Regardless of the hit points, that zombie will always be worth 5 coins. Obviously it's not that, but just take the number as it is, right? So you're earning either 5 coins at the very beginning of the Hell Mode run, or you're earning 5 coins at the 70 billion point. What's the point in letting the run continue? Have short runs that kill a lot of things as quickly as possible to earn as much gold as possible. That's kind of my analysis of the play-by-play, if you will. It's a Looney! Hello, Looney! You know what? I really don't have to concentrate too much. I can actually write in chat today, proper. And I can click hearts and stuff. You've just joined after I've shown Camp the my gold farming strategy for my main account. So I've done 150 waves. Yeah, they dropped the same money, Camp. What's the point in letting hard mode go? Don't try and do all this. Just put gold bonus up to max, put your damage up to max, let the game run out, and just go again. The fastest way to earn money in hell mode. Don't even remember if I actually pointed that out when I did my Grow Castle build, my Grow Castle Gold Guide. I don't even remember if I put that point in there, but it's a point. It's about quick and easy kills. And also, as you were saying about, do I do my hard mode strat on my Gab account? As I say, with Gab, as a proportionate margin, it earns so much less than what you just saw. Because you have to pay for the auto battle, and then the timing of the wave versus the timing of the hell mode is so, when you get the time for the gold comparison is so marginal that you may as well just not spend the money if you're at a high wave. Do you want to write the lazy bone? Would you call him a lazy bone? No, that's bad. I don't know what I'm on. Yes, so I think I covered this I think I mentioned this in the gold build. Realistically, if you purely want gold and you're actively playing the game, you want to do jump mode with your gems on a wave, let the wave clear up, claim the ad, play a hell mode gold build for 2 minutes, go back to wave mode, jump, auto battle, ad, back into hell mode, run it for 2 minutes, and let that cycle continue. That is the little extra step to maximize the profit if you're actively playing. Or, of course, you can substitute the hell mode runs with dragon gem farming. That was probably a lot more due to slideshow mode than anything else. If it continues to go slideshow mode, then I may have to drop the devil horn down. If, by some annoying inconvenience, it just continues to fully slideshow, I will probably just jump to Holocure. I've got to do Ina Day next. But all I know is that I can't touch Slade Spire for today. The game is cursing me out. So I'll have to wait till tomorrow. I'm going to be superstitious on this one. It's not even me being in tilt mode, it's that the games like lol nope have a bad draw order. Which sometimes you just gotta accept. Tell you what though, just before I've jumped onto YouTube here, I just finished a gym session with my sister. My arms are pretty achy / dead right now. But because I sort of have moved up in my bench press weights, I didn't want to do max weight today because by the time I got onto bench presses today, I'd already done quite a lot of arm and chest workout. So I pretty much just did bar plus 15 kilos or whatever, rather than my new weight increment. But it's nice being back to being slightly stronkers.
Did you see with Voxy, you can get unlimited social media?
No lo-fi chilled beats. I don't care about Foxy Mobile, and I can't skip the ad.
So rude.
Hard times.
Social media, the fun never ends on Voxy Mobile.
Selected social apps in UK, T&Cs apply.
Also, we could have a look at the colonies for this account at some point soon. Again, I'll wait till we get to 2,000 for that though, because I know that my bridge gap is having the giants be able to resummon themselves. So once that's achievable, then we're really flying. Is Lave going to be making the... Do you know if Lave is going to plan on doing 2 versions of the Hell mode? One for Town Archers, one for Heroes? Or is he just going to make it for Hell mode? Or just for Archers or what? Because it would be cool if... I understand that I'm not the one making any of it, so it's awkward to impose any extra effort. But all I'm saying... You say it would be cool if we had a Hell mode Archer version and a Hell mode Hero version. But I'm sure. But again, we were discussed about having the Hero version under lock and key, weren't we? Oh, this is slideshow mode. This might be a loss. To be fair, what I think is quite funny is that not with any ill will, AB Trick's been showing a lot of the Hell mode secrets in his videos he's been putting into the Discord chat at the moment, which I think is kind of funny. Obviously, there's a lot of people in the Discord chat that wouldn't actually pay it any heed, but for us that are tuned into what's going on, he definitely is showing us. He's doing a show not tell version of this is how you do Hero Hard mode. That sounds like a great idea, Ludi. Sounds like a great idea indeed. Oh yeah, I'll repeat this at the behest of Camp for Ludi's sake. So the TLDR version of this account, by the way, is I've been working on this for the last, since the last stream a little more. The Town Archers are at level 10, level 1000. I've done up to sort of strength 17-ish thousand on the colonies. We'll go back and do more soon, and the infinite colony ratio on this is about 17. So I've been doing quite a bit of prep into this account, which is why I'm a little disappointed that it's kind of losing in slideshow mode, if I'm honest. But as I say, once I can always swap out one of the gold earning relics for a glove and actually get some damage here. Yeah, I think we might have to swap the heart for the glove for the moment. I only say the heart because I've not actually upgraded the heart properly yet here. Can I try the other promotional Ice Mage? What, Ice Wizard instead of Ice Sorcerer? We could do. We could give it a shot. I just personally prefer the bigger freeze. But yeah, if I've got the gems, which I do. So what you're saying is you want to see Dark Ice Wizard. Let's do it. Fine by me. We need to spend. We need to get everything with the gems anyway. Let's just get a little bit here in Town Archers. Right. So that is that version of trick. Well, I can aim the slingers up. The giants are what's doing most of the ground damage. The slingers can go up in the air. I've already set the angel focus to air. So then we can always have a look at the damage charts in a minute, but honestly I feel like it's the Ice Sorcerer for this. Then I'll stick slingers on air. I think we're pretty much there. What you're saying is that the air unit seems to be a bit of a camp. So yeah, AB knows his stuff. AB has a few tricks, you could say. Haha! Good. I'm glad you get the joke because it's made it. Well, not necessarily your expense, but at your behalf. Let's get some of the castle hit points. Again, with this, I'm just going to get gold per kill, castle HP, and the hero base attack, and mana. I'm literally just going to ignore town archers here. The 1 gold per kill doesn't seem like a lot, but this early in the game, it is. So let's see what difference changing the slingers will make. And again, we're still on Dark Ice Wizard instead of Sorcerer. And also again, I can just remove a treasure relic, a gold treasure, in favour of glove. So I'm not too worried about level 5 not winning, as it were. I have full confidence in the Devil Horn for success. It's just, what degree of success do we have to the point where I then have to put on the glove? Also, if the wave number is annoying you in any sort of OCD sense, because we'll be at 6161, let me know, and I can put it to be flat 5050. But the only reason why I've been doing it is so that when I use replay mode, it syncs up for me. Could also give the sniper a try. I could do, but what would they replace? That's the question. Paladins could do the trick. I like paladins. I've also had the discussion on paladins before with Lave. Probably replace Dark Ice Wizard. Yeah, could do. If you want to see it in action instead of the Dark Ice Wizard, I can swap it over. Not a problem to me. It's not like I've got any ice nodes or anything. But of course at this stage, it's the fact that I haven't got many items. I haven't got really any items for proper cooldown. So you're saying let's have a little whirly-dirly. Yeah, because Dark Ice Wizard I've got a little bit of cooldown, but nothing real major. Just because of where we are in the game. Snipper? I could bump this up a little. And stick that on air, which I've already done. Good job, past me. Let's take the bow from Half-Elf for now. Then my Dark Ice Wizard one is cooldown and damage. I want a flat damage ring, I think. Let's just take it off the Half-Elf. Yeah, I quite like the fact that everybody's going from talking about waving to talking about hell mode recently. Because as I mentioned to Camp earlier, it breaks the monotony of the game. So it's nice that everybody's getting hyped over hero mode and how high they can score. What I really want to do is be able to farm the final dungeon and get the can be equipped to bows, town archers runes, but they're super rare. Plus, I'm fairly certain it'd still require the node about. Yeah, the archer hell mode is literally just so we can get a bit here and there. Agreed. Yeah, the ballista seems to be doing okay for now, despite its low level camp, to be fair. I agree with your idea of keeping off the wizard for a little while, because the giants are doing okay on the ground at the moment. To be fair, I sort of suck at hard mode. I sort of just scurry on by in terms of getting the red crystals, which I admit that I don't mind too much. It's just a little bit of excess. I'm doing okay. Hello, Tan. How are you doing? Welcome back. Oh, Tan. So you probably, I don't know if you would have seen, but I did a video on Slice and Dice about a week and a half ago. You and I were discussing fidget spinner, right? I got the answer. It's just remove keywords. So it's blindfold. That's your solve. It's blindfold or eye patch. I did sort of explain it in the video, but basically it's either pendulum. It's easier with 3 item slots, but it's pendulum and eye patch, or you can duplicate the side with the peak cap. Damn it, I really like it as well. I think it's just called peaked cap, and then you can run blindfold. Then you have 2 sides, which are target can use dice again. So I did in fact cover the what we were talking about. So slice and dice aside, how's your day going, Tan? I tell you what, over here across the pond where it's normally absolutely soaking, it's been so hot at the moment. I am boiling. Over the weekend, I spent more time with my shirt off than shirt on already because it's just so hot. So hot. Really is. Tan, you've raised the point about it's messing with your OCD. So I will change it to plus to multiples of 5. Lots of work to do when you're lazy. You know what? Everybody feels that. You're actually being cooked. Ah, Ludi. And what's so weird, right, is that, how do I put this? My family has, I need to change this by 1 for Tan's sake. My family has a long-standing war against cancer, right? So I lost most of my grandparents to, you know, like liver cancer and stuff like that, okay? Now, my dad has skin cancer. He has melanoma, and he's had melanoma for about 7 years, right? And to this day, whenever I'm trying to enforce people to put on sunscreen to protect them against the sun, I still get the answer, you know, I'm not too hot. I have to argue, it's not about the heat, it's about the protection from the sun. My family have this weird dissonance still of, it's not the heat, it's the UV rays. Despite what's going on with my family right now, they're still reluctant to put on sun cream when we're outside. Which is just the most stupid thing. Oh, I need to cancel this. Also, please excuse the soliloquy. I was using it as an example, not as a sympathy point thing. There we go. We're back to multiples of 5 for you, Tan. I'll fix it nearer the end. Basically, the reason why it was on plus... Well, it was on 1 and 6 is because there's a replay mode. And when I've been not streaming this account, I've been needing it to be 1 above the wave I want to replay. So it was 1 above a round number. Did I manage to put it back to normal? Not initially, but I have now. We're good. We're now going 505050. Numerical OCD's covered. Don't worry, we're there. But yes, appreciate the note. Put it on, the cream momentarily cools their skin. Yeah, but you still get UVA and UVB rays. You should be using sun cream whenever you can, Tan. No, I'm shaking my head over here. Always enforce it. It's not about the heat. It's about the protection from the sun. Oh, also, I realised something. I've been making videos about cursed and blurst mode. Why? Right? I should be live streaming it. So, for the last couple of weeks, I've actually had a couple live streams that have been slice and dice. When I said to you I had no intentions, I wasn't thinking properly. The game has precisely 3 modes which are perfect for streaming. All endless modes. Why make a 2-hour? Why make like a 2-hour video every week? Well, I can just live stream it. You know? So I have actually been doing slice and dice live streams despite my previous words to you. And on the topic, I need to take something back. I said to you there's not enough fishing in Slice and Dice. I did realise that there is the Tier 0 relic, Big Fish. But I know T0 is in your department, so bear with me with the suggestion. But I had a theory for a really cool Tier 0 the other day, Tan. So, Electric Eel makes you take 1 damage when a spell is used or an ability is used, and then you heal 1 health when an ability is used. So it's a take damage then add damage when a spell is used. I don't know, it's just an idea I had for a cool little functional tier 0. That might be a little too strong, but it was a thought I had. Or the same relic, but take 1 health when you use an ability and then gain a shield. Yeah, you're on my wavelength, Tan. You know exactly what I'm thinking of. Ruby Crystal and Iron Amulet. Also, it would be anatomically accurate to electric eels because, right? More animal facts. I love doing animal facts, man. I should just sit here and do an animal fact stream. Not possible to create with text mod. Ah, damn. But again, I didn't want to intrude on your baby because you mentioned you love doing the tier 0s. But yeah, the reason why the electric eel thing would be anatomically correct is because electric eels themselves, they can still die to electricity. What makes them electroconductive is the mucus that they cover their body in. So when the electric eels electrocute, what they're actually doing is they're sending the electric via the mucus on their body, as opposed to generally creating electricity on it. That's how it works. It uses the mucus. It's a bit like how with water, pure water, H2O, is not electroconductive. But what makes water conductive is the particles in water. If you took pure water, electricity cannot run through it. Or rather, electricity goes through it and nothing happens. So there you go. Oh, and then if you want more eel facts, Camp, did we talk about moray eels? I don't remember if we talked about moray eels. I did with my mates the other day, so I don't remember if you and I had this conversation, but if you've ever seen any of the Alien films... Yeah, Camp, essentially electric eels have their own built-in Faraday cage. If they stopped having the ability to produce mucus, they would not be able to electrocute, because that's what they use to to create the electricity from themselves. They use it to amplify their power, basically. They're like a little... Yeah, oh, we did go over alien eel fact. Okay, cool. We did. More animal facts. So... Yeah, I believe you'll find the reason why they're covered in mucus, and it's why it's electric eels that have the mucus. Most other species of eel do not cover themselves in any mucus. When you look at, say, ribbon eels or moray eels or most other forms of eel, they are smooth. It's because the electric eel has to be able to create its way of defense, which is really cool. So jumping away from fish for a moment, you wanted another animal fact, Camp? Yeah, I mean, eels are still kind of slippery, but the electric eels specifically, I think you'll find they still have a lot of eels have a slight mucus to them, but electric eels more so. And again, it's certain species that have mucus. Moving away from fish to spiders. Camp, if you want animal facts. Do you know how spiders, right, they have their legs stretched out when they're alive? Hagfish are mucousy, yes. Hagfish, they're funny animals, hagfish. But spiders, right, Camp, they have their legs stretched out. And when you see a dead spider, they're always crawled in. How spiders' legs function is between the segments of legs. Yeah, you know it already. They're basically hydraulic. They have... You don't like spiders. You know what? Arachnophobia is the #1 confessed phobia within people. So yeah, I understand you don't like arachnids. That's fine. I used to have a phidiophobia Tan, so I understand. So, Cap, you did know about hydraulic spiders. What about... You're making me have to think now. A little bit. 'Cause I like doing all them sort of things off the cuff, which makes it difficult for me. Did we talk about reticulated? Like, were they called reticulated giraffes? Was that with you, or was that only with other people I was talking about that with? Maybe it was with you, Camp. Ah, yeah, reticulated sounds familiar. Yeah, I thought we did. Okay. We talked about dragonfly penises and cat penises and duck penises, so I can move on from the penis facts. What about Oh, that was a really close defeat there. Did you know Australia is home to 7 out of 10 of the most venomous, toxic species of animal on the planet? Which is incredible. Hold on, can I click the button? Why did it not do the alter? Other animal facts. Okay, it's so hard just to come off the fly with things. Of course it's Australia, yes. Indeed, Ludi. Indeed. What other facts do I enjoy normally telling? Oh no, it's not a case of that it may or may not be true. It is true. But also, so the reason why is because toxicology is a very difficult subject of chemistry. Because so many toxins are able to do so many different things, snake venom is so varied that it's actually difficult to put a true value on what's more toxic than another. That's part of the problem. It's a bit like how the guy that got stung by a load of things created the pain index. The pain index is a difficult thing to grab because the chemicals within a lot of animal stings are completely different from one another. Which is why the pain indication is more just, I got stung by everything, this one really hurts. I should have clicked the alter, I wasn't paying attention. We're talking about animal facts. If you ever watch any docu-series on animals, there's one on YouTube I always recommend because it's a brilliant mixture of pure goofiness and actually good stuff. It's called Monster Bug Wars, right? So, in Monster Bug Wars, there's the guy on there called Brian Fry. He's a toxicologist, one of the coolest people within documentary series. I think Brian Fry is amazing, right? So he provides you some really good information on toxins and all the rest of it and venom. And then when they show the bug fights, which are very obviously not choreographed and forced within an enclosed area, cough cough, they then play the wars out, as it were, and then you get like noises from like aliens and shit and tigers and whatnot for bugs, which is just hilarious, quite honestly. So if you want to see something wild, Monster Bug Wars, that's the go-to. But yeah, the Pain Index guy is kind of nuts. I don't remember his name. I'm not talking about Brave Wilderness. That's just a YouTube guy that also gets himself stung, right? The original guy that created the Pain Index. That guy is truly hardcore. Here's the example of here's like the real life living example of what did the first human that milked the first cow do? Except like he wrote it down on paper. And then proceeded to do the same thing over and over again out of nothing more than sheer masochism, clearly. But oh, actually going back to spiders. And that's the moment Tan reappears. Calling it? No. Anyway, so there's a species of spider which is incredible, right? It's like I believe it's part of the orb weaver family, but it's nothing like other orb weavers. It's called the ogre-faced spider, right? They talk about it in Monster Bug Wars. It's incredible, right? So the ogre-faced spider has giant eyes, right? Absolutely massive. But it can't close them. It literally has its eyes open the entire night, the entire day, while it's sleeping. And every day, the sun burns its retinas. Every single day, the ogre-faced spiders have their eyes burned from the sun. And overnight, they regenerate. Nature is wild, man. Imagine going from blind to being able to see in the space of like 15 hours in a day. Is that not just crazy? It's even crazier when you think that you've got little insects that are no bigger than your thumb running around regenerating limbs, and the idea of a horse with a horn on its head is outrageous. There's something up there, isn't there, when you think about it, quite honestly. Even though, funnily enough, the myth of unicorns was likely to be proposed from when people found narwhal horns. It's actually the origin of unicorns being from narwhal horns, so that's completely off kilter from what a unicorn is. Then again, the idea of mermaids was believed to come from pirate and sailor tales, where the men had been hallucinating as part of suffering from scurvy, right? And actually it's manatees and dugongs that are the origins of the mermaid story. There's a lot of cool little manatees and dugongs. Yep. It's pretty cool. And while I've been talking, we've almost got to wave 2000. Wow. Things are happening. And we're not even trying. And then, Ludi, if you let me know when you're streaming. Yeah, old time serial phasers are all crazy people. But then again, they didn't have enough citrus camp. So they were going citrus mad, I suppose. You know, dying from their body's not receiving enough nutrients. But Ludi, if you tell me when you start streaming on Twitch, I'll come and drop myself in your chat as an AFKer. I won't be able to chat with you properly. I'll probably give you a little hi or whatever, or drop a pog salute. but I'll make myself present to help you out when it happens, because I'll probably be here with Calgarot soon, I'd imagine. So I won't be able to properly join you when that happens. Yeah, exactly, Ludi. Even if I can't be a lot of the time I used to be actively present on Twitch. These days it's more of I sit in chat. I'd be sitting in your chat AFK, but I'm more than happy to give you the support wherever I can, and I'll easily be able to do it for you when you get going. Oh, Ludi, I also would like, please, an update on how you're getting on with Nier Automata. How are you finding the game, or have you not been playing much of it? I say I want an update, but I don't mean it like that. I mean as in I'd like to hear how you're finding the game and if you're enjoying it. That's more what I mean. But if you haven't been playing it, then also no dramas. You didn't play any further, but you might stream it tomorrow. Have you got to a save point now? Have you been able to save? Or where are you at? What's recently happened in the story? I'd love to know. Yeah, that's the thing. Not having the time to do it makes it difficult, doesn't it? So you died at the first big guy with the two saw thingies, right? Did you... Okay, so you start... Yeah, so you have to beat Edgar, right? To get to a save point. You actually have to. That's why I did a bit of a oopsie-doopsie cheat in my no chip run. And I dropped it to normal just so we could progress my no chip run. And then I just boosted it up to hard the moment I could. Because I was like, I don't want to do this. I mean, I've done it before. The intro on hard mode without any chips. But I just didn't want to sit there for 2 hours again. So I was like, right, I'll drop it down to normal. Clear the start. Then bump it back up. And that's what I did. So what I'm saying is for you, Ludi, for you to be able to just get through it to a save point, I'd recommend dropping yourself down a difficulty level. Go to easy instead of normal. Get yourself to a save point, because you've got to Edgar. That is pretty much the last bit before you go to the mainland, right? So bring yourself down a difficulty. You can change it at any time. So when you're on the mainland, you can pause and go to settings and boost it back up, if you desired. That'd be my advice, just so you can get things moving. Just a thought, but it is your thing. I don't want to intrude on what you do. It's a thought. But in my no chip run at the moment for Nier Automata, I've got to one of my least favourite bosses. I've got to pretty much my least favourite boss in the game now. And I am not looking forward to doing it. It's going to be a pain. It's difficult enough with chips. Never mind without chips. I don't know how I did it. The first time around when I streamed it on Twitch all them years ago. Because this was a pain fight. So you're not going to be playing Growcasters today, are you? What's on your agenda? What's going on in the world of Ludicrous X for Twitch? Are you doing stuff with your buddies, or what's going on? Let's spend some of this money while we're here. Dodging is a pain with double tapping. Yeah, that's why I moved away from playing with my keyboard to playing on my old Xbox 360 controller, so I could dodge properly and aim. You might want to look maybe into, if you're having to play on keyboard, maybe look into remapping your controller keybinds. You can go on the main settings and do stuff there. Honkai Star Rail. Ooh. I was debating at one point to maybe do Genshin Impact again and stream Genshin Impact, but I haven't played Star Rail, so I might. You give. I mean, I'm not going to just yoink your idea, obviously, right now. But I'm just. You give me a good point. Maybe sometime in the future I might also get Star Rail, because I haven't got it. I haven't ever had it yet. Whereas Genshin Impact, I basically 100%ed it when Izanami was out as the latest, and then I stopped playing for a few months because I was like, I'm like just under level 60 or whatever, and I was like, right, I'm basically done here. There's no more content. Yeah, it's I have seen it's turn-based. Also, that might be another game you and I might be able to cooperate in together. Like how with Genshin Impact you can do the domains with people, you might be able to do something in Honkai together. Again, I don't know. I've actually seen such little to no gameplay of Star Rail. You can lend characters and that's it. Oh man. That's the thing with Genshin. At least we'd be able to do domains together. Damn. I've got to say though, I'm actually quite glad that, with the exception of a few slideshow waves, that this is being able to consistently still just Devil Horn 4. I would have been disappointed if it wasn't able to carry me to 2000 without much difficulty, just from how much I'd done. I do wish though I could use the Nier Automata soundtrack here and now, because we'd be jamming out to some of the Nier Automata soundtrack right now. But you got to Edgar, so you at least got to hear Bipolar Nightmare. That track is just amazing. I've achieved what you and Doody couldn't do in 1 million. Yeah, but Camp, there's a difference, right? This is the piss easy part of the game. If this account can continue to do this until where you're at, then it's a different story. This is easy. He says, pointing, and you don't realise something's pointing, but I'm pointing at the game going, this is easy, right? This is not difficult. It's getting to your waves where you are and achieving this is what's impressive. And as mentioned, it's only been, what, 400 waves today? So it's not like it's a big deal, is it? What I'm trying to say in a roundabout way in the TLDR version is don't put down what you do. Oh my god. It's late. It's late! It's late for an important date. This game is so easy to keep track of, I can just spam the hearts and go, hi, hearty, 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 33323. But this, like I say, Camp, after this stream today, this account we'll be able to 1. Kill Sin, 2. Complete World 1 of colonies, and 3. Extra stuff. Good vague terms. Love it. Hope you're feeling a little better today, D's Nuts. I know you said you haven't been feeling well recently, so I'm hoping that you're feeling a bit better today. Yeah, that's the thing, Camp, though. If I can keep this account at a consistent Devil Horn 3 or 4, right, then this can be used for push assistant. Fit as an MMA fighter, you wish. I mean, if you wanna fight Conor McGregor, I think he's basically doing a fairly certain Conor McGregor's on a completely wild I'll fight anyone mode right now. So I'm sure if you tweet him out, he'll feel insecure and then he'll come fight you. I have no contacts with Conor McGregor though, so I can't set it up. I'm not big on MMA. It's not really within my interest personally. I mean, at most, I think it was about 6 years ago, I went to town with my buddies and we sat and watched a boxing match. But like on TV, it wasn't like IRL. But I do know somebody who's the first professional female boxer that lives in within my area of England. And she's recently become a professional boxer, so that's kind of cool. But it's not like I'm against contact sports and martial sports, but I don't find many. How do I put this? I respect the techniques. I respect the discipline. But from a watching point of view, from a demonstration point of view, I don't find too many of them actually engaging to watch. Understandably, they're very amazing people to be able to be that well built, but I don't know. You do you, Camp. You need to eat, buddy. Eating's more important than anything else. We have to eat as hot-blooded mammals. Oh yeah, so we were doing animal facts earlier, Camp, so I'll throw out, I mean, you say you're getting food, but you said you were listening, so I'll throw this out. Right? So, with our veins, right? Look at your arms right now. You can see your veins are blue. Our blood is blue when it's inside our body because of the pigment hemoglobin. The reason why your blood appears red is because when it comes into contact with oxygen, the hemoglobin becomes oxyhemoglobin and it turns from blue to red. So our blood is actually blue until it comes into contact with oxygen. There you go. But I'm sure you guys know about that better than I do, to be fair, because it's been a long time since I was at school. But yeah, look at your veins right now, these nuts, in your arms, right? They're blue. It's because your blood's blue on the inside. Your blood turns red when it becomes in contact with oxygen. But it happens, of course, it's a chemical reaction that happens in literally within an instant. Which is why when you bleed it becomes red, because it comes into contact with oxygen. Or rather, points of your blood are blue. I think it's your capillaries that are blue, maybe. But yeah, that's why. But yes, your blood inside your body is oxidized. But yes, your blood would be blue if it wasn't already oxidized. But yes, it's blue. It's red, sorry, because you inhale oxygen. And the oxygen reacts with, comes into your lungs, which is connected to your blood system. So your blood inside your body is oxidized. But that's why your capillaries are blue in your arms, because they just allow the blood to travel. But it's a demonstration of what happens if your blood's not oxidized. And on the same note, that's why your poo's brown, because your poo's brown because it's dead blood cells that make the color of your poo brown. Your body your number 2 is actually you rejecting unused excess in your body, right? You're a med student and you're confused. Well, these nuts, you could just take this as a wild take then. You know, you're a med student. You're the one with real knowledge. Ignore me. You're the one with the actual knowledge. I'm just here spouting. Yeah, these nuts is right in terms that it's red because it's oxidized, but if you look at your veins, it's blue because of the capillaries, right? These nuts can confirm? Question mark? Look, you guys already know I'm an idiot. Don't make me feel like I'm even more of an idiot than I already am, okay? What you're saying, Camp, is stick to my animal facts, right? Okay, it has been like 14 years since I was last at school, okay? So, I'm rusty. I'll stick to my animal facts and go back in the corner now. I'll put my dance cap back on. Also, 28 mil? Nice. Yeah. Take what these nuts have said. They're the words I said. Retcon my previous statements from about 3 minutes ago to about 1 second ago. The person who's studying medicine, the one who's being a med student, is the one who's more correct in this situation. Obviously not the person that's just being a know-it-all asshole. Yeah, something like that, Camp. Because the blood in your body serves multiple purposes. And then there was that stupid meme of if you took the bodies of 400 people, you could make a sword with the iron. And then someone else pointed out that if you took 200 bodies instead, you could make a carbon sword. When you burn down the bodies. I don't know, man. The internet's a strange place. I need to click the thing. Thank you. Yeah, but so do lobsters, Camp. Lobsters are traditionally blue as well, but they're cold-blooded. That's the thing. Reptiles and fish are cold-blooded, so their blood will function differently. Yeah, lobsters are blue, and then when you cook them, they become red. Also, what I hate, and I think it sounds really cruel, right? People say that you should keep a lobster alive while you cook it. Is that not just the most obscene and awful thing? Like, I just think that sounds awful. Just put it out of its misery before you cook it, rather than let it literally scream in the water. I've started a debate now. It wasn't important, these nuts. I'm only just chatting shit. But if you want to look it up and enlighten us all, I'd be more than appreciative, I'm sure. Also, we're about to hit 2,000. Very close. This is good. Sometimes it's not even a case of the importance of what we discuss, and sometimes it's like when you get an earwig and you just need to get the information or the lyrics or whatever it is that's eating away at you out. So I understand that. The amount of times I've sat there and I've talked about something, forgotten what it was, and spent half an hour googling it. Wow. Yeah, yeah, but at least they'd kill it right before camp instead of while it's cooking and let it boil to death. I agree with the whole killing it just before they cook it to keep it as fresh as possible, I suppose, but as I say, people actually boil them alive. It's just wrong. Just wrong. Well, it's technically going to be 1,999 waves. I won't get the actual skill point until the wave after this. But yes, it is unnecessarily cruel. It's like the I don't want to make anyone cry here, but the Yulin Dog Festival. Ugh. What they do to them poor dogs. It's just nasty. I understand as a human population what we do to animals on a daily basis is awful. But there's got to be there's a difference between there's a difference when you're actively going out of your way to be as cruel as possible, like the people that do their mukbang videos and stuff. Some people are really disrespectful. I don't know. I'm not trying to be a hippie and be all like blah 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 blah, but at the end of the day, there's I think in a way it kind of shows off a lot of flawed personality traits when people just think that not showing animals any form of respect is just bad, I suppose. It just, like I say, it shows character flaw. Because there are so many people out there that are sociopathic enough to be like that with people, not just animals, I suppose. What do you reckon? We'll take Blister temporarily? Leave it a little while longer? Kind of just sitting here somewhere, I suppose. So now we're at 200,000. Sorry, not 200,000. Obviously, 2,000. We can look at colonies. I guess I can show you what's going on, but I will do it behind the scenes otherwise. So far, World 1 done to our Prime Minister Indian, Rishi Sunak. I believe he's got Indian descent. Yes, I think he's a British Indian. Yeah. So at the moment, colonies are at 16,700. I'll be dealing with this later. World 2, we're looking at like 6,700, but that's just fine. I'll sort that. World 3, I did to 7,000. But again, now that I've got that extra skill point for units coming back, I'll do all that later, proper. And Infinite Colony, level 11. Again, I'll sort that out at another time too, but I was just showing it for your guys' purposes. I also believe I'll be able to deal with Sin a lot easier now. You know what, let's give Sin one run. Just to see. So I think I'm hell of a close. Give it a few more castle hit points and a little bit more cooldown. That's not far off. That's not far off at all. Realistically speaking. I know I could have pressed the level up plus 10, but I was trying to avoid doing what I just did just then of using the excess gems. Ah well. All's well as ends well, I suppose. Also, these nuts, I believe the Mayor of London is Sadiq Khan. I believe Sadiq Khan is also potentially of Indian descent, if I recall. Hope you haven't got it wrong. But I don't do politics. Politics is not my bag. Yeah, you wouldn't know who that is because they're not Prime Minister. In the same way that I wouldn't know freaking, you know, the Mayor of Dusseldorf or whatever. I'm not German, as it were. But yes. Besides, nobody really cares about the Mayor of London role, really, other than the Mayor of London. London's just a big sink of arseholery. It's also incredibly boring. I don't enjoy going to London. There's only one thing I enjoy in London, and that's the Natural History Museum. Because the Natural History Museum is awesome. But otherwise, it's not worth going to London for it. Really isn't. Also, for me to go to London, it'd be probably I'd have to do it by train, and to get from Ipswich to London is just a pain in the ass train with loads of people on it, and that's just I prefer my trains up to Norwich. Norwich is so much nicer. So yeah, that's my recommendation. If ever you come to England, don't bother going London. It's a load of arse. Go like Norwich instead. Or Oxbridge. Neither Oxford or Cambridge are too bad. Common places that people like to go to as well are the Peak and the Lake districts. I would say avoid places like Great Yarmouth and Blackpool. At least the train system there is better than here. Well, fair enough. Really, Japan outdoes everyone in terms of rail systems, though. Japan's rail system is amazing, supposedly. I mean, I haven't yet been to Japan, but I've heard many good things about the Japanese rail system. Also, it's not necessarily better, D's nuts. The last time I went to Norwich, they were doing repairs on the rails, and I had to bus my way to Norwich. And they made the I mean, luckily it was organised by the rail station, of course, but the bus ride there was one bus that went directly from Ipswich to Norwich. And then the bus back, I had to jump on one bus that took me to something like Stowmarket. And then they took another one from Stowmarket to Diss, and then I had to get on a third bus to get from Diss to Ipswich. I was not impressed. But I really am just rambling at this point. I'm airing old grievances, which is not necessary. But I think if ever I was to leave the UK again, I don't think I'd be going anywhere west either, these nuts. I wouldn't want to go to the USA, I wouldn't want to go to... I mean, a couple of places in Europe I'd be interested in, I'm sure, but... Ideally, my next out-of-country excursion would be Japan. I'd love to do some kind of little rail tour. Be pretty fun. Quite honestly. You want to go to the Philippines? Fair enough. It's 7:15 now. Has Ludi messaged anything about him going to stream yet? No, not yet. Ludi is not yet streaming on the Twitch. That's fine. Yeah, I know about the tourist thing. It's a shame. 1 second. Not saying you can stream tonight. Oh, you'd be back to being able to talk once every once every 6 seconds. I get you, Ludi. I get you. Sometimes it can't be helped. Sometimes it can't be helped. Also, sorry, Ludi, I wasn't even saying that out of I wasn't like trying to throw shade or anything. I just forgot you were here, and I was sort of talking to myself. I was just double checking because I didn't want to miss out on what you were doing. Was more my point. Obviously, I did not mean it as an attack against you in any way, shape, or form. Unless you already knew that's what I was sort of getting at, in which case I have to say screw you too. Ha 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 ha. Or something. I don't know. Oh, do you want me to what we could do, Ludi, is if you want, I could show you some stuff in Nier Automata if you want me to boot it up and whatever. But again, I I have already said that if you don't want me to, we don't have to at all. So I'm just throwing it out there as a thought while we're here, I suppose. But then again, I don't know. I can't remember what it was I was going to show you anyway. When I say, oh yeah, we can run through stuff on Eurotime, I can't even remember what it was I was going to show you. You probably figured most of it out by now. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the chip system or something, I think. Ah, it doesn't matter. Grow Castle's treating us fine, isn't it? I suppose. Unless you guys want to swap to maybe Jackbox and we do some Jackbox art. Depends on what you guys are up for. Unless you want me to continue doing this. I will take any and all suggestions as to what you guys would like to do. Or where we're at. But personally, I'm just pleased that this account's got to 2k now for that 7th skill point at this point. I was clicking that. Oh, I think my main's got another skill point now. Yeah, upload speed for streaming these nuts. Download speed is you watching me. Upload speed is me streaming to you. Lulu, spot on. Oh yay, skill point 111. What do I want to do with this? Okay. I might have to start... Yeah, okay. Struggling a little. I might have to pull back slightly and actually add some damage. Then, maybe I just take the tower off. Hold on one moment. Okay. So yeah, I think I'll spend skill point 111 on tower slot. And the Death Worm can have Cursed Orb. That will do. What the hell? That's not slow. 15 to 20 megabytes upload. Our old internet used to be I mean, we've had it upgraded a while ago, but it used to be that our internet speed was something like 1.2 upload and 3 download. Our internet used to be incredibly slow. Don't know what it is right now though. But I'm used to a lot slower internet than what you're getting. On the whole. Yeah, normally download is... Traditionally your download speed is faster than your upload speed. Traditionally. about... I mean, your upload is good. So why not just change your schedule from Honkai to something else that you can play, like a single player game? Adapt on the fly. Yeah, not streaming for one evening's always fine. The thing with Twitch is if you don't stream for a couple weeks, or you know, especially early on, you've got to get a real consistent sort of discipline, or else everyone that came and followed you will just forget you when you come back. It's part of the disappointing truth. Just giving you my personal experience. But as you're there practically daily at the moment, Ludi, you're doing really well. Early on, yeah, oh god, yeah, one night's fine. Early on, 100% keeping yourself up and on for as many evenings as possible is the way to go. But honestly, you're doing great with Twitch at the moment, Ludi, so well done. Happy cat. It disappoints me still that... Yeah, that's the thing, and you're enjoying it as well. It helps so much when you're enjoying it. If you don't enjoy it... That's the thing, I used to have... That's why I can tell you from vast experience, because I'm so used to... I used to get real motivated, then I was demotivated, and then it was just... You know, you get... I clicked that. Don't be silly. So yeah, right now though, Ludi, treat it as 0.1, you're enjoying it. And then when you get affiliation, cool. Got to 100% treat it as just having fun for the moment. Don't treat it as, I need to make this work. Treat it as, I'm going to enjoy myself. Because if you don't enjoy yourself anyway, who's going to come by? If you just sit, if you're like, I mean, I know you don't, Ludi, because obviously I've hung out with you a couple times when you're doing it. If you sit there, right, and you just go, alright, let's play some games, great, and you just sit there and say basically nothing, show no expression, don't enjoy yourself, people won't enjoy it. What's great about content is that you get back as much as you put in. Whether it be... It's like with YouTube videos as well. Whether it be the newer, proper edited content, or, as I prefer to present, short, older live commentary versions, regardless of your format of video, if you give the video the energy, it shows. So you'll be able to keep yourself more motivated by enjoying yourself, then your engagement and interaction with everybody with you on Twitch will increase, and you'll get there, honestly. It really very much is a give and take system. It's kind of the same reason why I've been making so many videos and live streams on YouTube, you know? I've been enjoying it. I've been having fun. You guys come and hang out with me when I live stream. Me and Calgrot talk shit when we're playing Holocure together, you know? I love watching us all fail when we're making art. And then I'll sit down and record and, you know, I'll enjoy making, you know, a new EU4 series, or I'll enjoy doing more Slay the Spire, or whatever stupid content I decide to make. You know, it's got to be enjoyment first. It's got to be enjoyment first, always. I know that's not really advice, per se, but you can break down what I've just said to be kind of advice, I suppose. TLDR, keep on trucking, you're doing well. I think is the main takeaway from that. Quite honestly. Yeah. Exactly, Ludi. That's what it's about. Which is why I say sometimes even non-edited footage, as long as you're, you know, making it as engaging as you can. Basically, make the content that you would want to watch. Make the content you'd want to watch. It's that simple. I'll tell you very honestly, when I started doing the EU4 stuff, you can see it in my, literally, when I made the first episode of Korea, I literally within the first couple of minutes said, right, well, I'm going to make this series because I don't ever see much content on Korea, so I decided I want to make it. It's that simple, you know? I will be very transparent with you, Lily, and I'll tell you right now, I watch back some of my videos not just for audio control or quality control or anything like that, just because I'm enjoying watching what I'd already done, which I know sounds a little bit weird to say, but again, I've made content that I would want to watch, and if I'm having a good enough time re-watching what I've already done, then it's the kind of content I want to put out there. In a weird roundabout way. I mean, with that being said, one of my videos I put out literally the other day has absolutely exploded, which is always fun to see. Oh, we're maxed out on gems right now. Suppose I better stop us after this wave and just get the gems spent. Ew, TikTok. Ugh. But that's the thing. You, as you've just said as well, if you don't enjoy the content you make, why would you make it? You know? It's one of those, I don't even mean this offensively, but if you don't enjoy the content you're making, why are you making it? Improved passive skill. Oh yeah, the level ups just increase the jump, but it doesn't count with auto. But you know, it looks cooler. The horn looks prettier. I leveled it up for aesthetic reasons. I think that's as good as reason as any. It's all about the fashionscape after all. That's why everybody gets their rune armor trimmed. Yeah, not far off killing Sin at all. Well, I agree with you on that one, Ludi. If you're not passionate about it, why make the content? The thing is that realistically, for a lot, I understand there's a lot of people that make their living via YouTube and Twitch, but at its very core, you should be able to enjoy what you're making, or else it really is just a regular job, you know? I've done both the 24/7 retail grind and the 9 to 5 office grind. I'm very aware of how boring some jobs can be in that sense. YouTube shouldn't making videos and being a content creator should not equate to being like in an office job, per se. For instance, you know. I mean, of course, in a way, it's a lot nicer than an actual job as well, because you don't actually have to interact with people every day. Yeah, I mean, live streaming, I'll chat to you, but I mean, I don't have to, you know, go up to Karen and ask her if she wants a cup of coffee. Exactly. That's the thing, Ludi. All I'll tell you now is make what you're doing now as worthwhile as you can. Make sure you keep taking your tablets every day as well, mister. And just keep trucking, you'll be fine. Exactly, lady. That's what it's all about, buddy. Well, I don't think I'm going to do that Holocure stream today. I think this might just be Growcastle for the rest of the evening. Because I think if I was to do that Ena stream, I'd want it to be a few hours. I want to try and make all the idle days at least a couple hours long. I think if I was to start it now, I'd probably just stop in like an hour and a half time. And that doesn't feel... I mean, I don't have to make them all the same, but yeah, I kind of like the idea of giving it proper time, I suppose. Sit around and dry up. Back in an hour, Sophie's trying to be like till then. Okay, buddy. Well, maybe catch up with you later. Whatever you're doing, take care and whatever, and speak to you soon anyway. So yeah, you do you, boo. You sort out them headsets. Slideshow mode. Thanks, slideshow mode. What's Roblox Enjoyer doing? I think he stopped playing the game anyway, Roblox Enjoyer. He started to get obsessed with a game called Kuma Sushi Bar, which is one of them tycoon management games. So I don't suppose he'll be coming back to play Grove Castle in any real length, but we'll see. Not that matters, because it's not like the refuge is really pushing right now. But the guild's getting some extra hard hitters at the moment, so that's good. It's nice to have the additional peeps. Maybe NVL4 is on the horizon? Pod question mark? So, how close is this deck to beating Sin then? Now. My mouse clicks were better. Maybe I'd need to swap the Golem Master out for the elf, Dark Elf. I think it's just levels and items for this though. I think I'm pretty much there. The hit points is relatively sustained. I think it's just their items, honestly. So I think that'll be something I work on after this. I'd make it 2.5 hours. I might drop out of Grow Castle about now actually. Swap over to Holocure. I could get 2 hours out of it, I suppose. Changing my thinking again. No. Just reserve it for tomorrow. That's perfect. Tomorrow. Yeah. That sounds more Ina appropriate. I wonder if this can clear a skip. I want to see if this can clear, say, a 10 skip. For instance. Then it would be doing something that my eyesight has never really sort of been in a good position to do. You know what, actually, I'm gonna do this. Precisely one wave. Because I want to be back to being uneven. Hello, Macrom. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello, hello. ELO. They were a pretty good band. They did Mr. Blue Sky and the whatnots. Ah, don't do me yet another wave. Hold on. I'm back to being out of the thing. You've literally come by just as I was going to swap over to Holocure. But I suppose you wouldn't be interested in that, so let's just carry on doing this. I suppose. So the TLDR of this one, Macron, I've sort of been super boosting the account to heck while I've been in between, like, me streaming and recording, when I've been having more downtime gaming, as it were. This has been set up for, well, you can see, but we're currently in slideshow mode, so this is probably a, yeah, it's the one. It's the one. Yeah, if we weren't in slideshow mode, this would be more consistent. I mean, it's been consistent all evening, up until, I think you cursed me. But no, on a serious note, we're sort of just cruising along. This account's almost at the point of killing Sin. And I should be able to do all of World 1 colonies very soon as well. There's not a lot in it. So this account's been doing pretty well. Quite honestly. But with no offense to you intended, May, I will probably be shutting down Growcasts in a minute and playing a game you almost likely will not want to watch. I've been going through Holocure, which is the equivalent of like Vampire Survivors and Bounty of One. So I imagine I'll be booting that up in a minute. I need a day dedicated to Ina next, I think. I've already done Watson and Goobis, so that's where I sit. this right here is physical proof. Yeah, well, yeah, Camp, because I was gonna. Now that you're back though. Oh man. You know what? Screw my right. I've been flip-flopping. Screw my plans to go off and play Holocure. Let's continue because Camp's back. Basically, Macron, Holocure is Hololive themed Vampire Survivors. But I'll be doing it tomorrow. Today is just going to be Grow Castle. Camp has returned. I'm not going to move. You've joined. Camp's joined back in. I'm not swapping off Grow Castle now. That's fine. The castle must expand. Speak of the devil and it should appear. Hey, Cowgie. How's it going, buddy? Welcome, welcome. Hey. RT33333. Ina. Tomorrow. I know you'll get the reference when I do this. You go, Calg? Go you be? That's what I'm quite liking this evening about Grow Castle. It's kind of low maintenance. I can actually write in chat every now and then. Tomorrow. Yes, I'm making it tomorrow. I was going to do it this evening, Cowgie, but Maker I'm here and Camp have returned, so my prioritisation for tonight lies with Grow Castle. Have I heard of Rabbit and Steel? No. Also, did you notice I was on 8 hit points there? Yikes. Rabbit and Steel. What is it, a game? Or something? Is it like one of the ones that's taken everyone by storm? Goo is you. Big fan of Goo is you. I'd have to look it up, May. But is it something I should be looking out for, or what? Oh, it's a bullet hell. Weirdly, bullet hells aren't my thing. At their core, which I know is very weird to point out, considering that Vampire Survivors, Holocure, and that are all esque, similar to bullet hells, but yeah, the actual traditional bullet hell games, like oh, what's a really famous Japanese one called again? Touhou. Them sort of games. It's not a traditional bullet hell. Rabbit and Steel, you say. Hopefully this doesn't lag out the game too much. And Steel. So I'm getting a lot of rabbit wire fencing come up. Are you sure you're not telling me to buy rabbit metal on eBay? It's also showing durable chicken wire fencing. Exceptional multiplayer shooter that levels. What is this? Oh god, why does every website says we appreciate your privacy. So why are you asking me about data consent? Why must we live in this world? That was deep. Obviously it's a horizontal bullet scroller. Okay. Okay. Doesn't look awful. Also, is this failing or is this actually doing things? I'll click the button. Okay, so there's lots of heroes with lots of sort of quirks. Seems interesting. Thanks for the heads up, May. I'll give it a thought at some point, for sure. But also what I've acquired myself, because it's on sale on Steam at the moment, is the Miraculous Ladybug game. It's called like, what was it called again? Rise of the Sphinx. I don't know if I'll be streaming it, but for sure I want to play it. Otherwise I wouldn't have got it, would I? But yeah. We can see how close I can get to on colonies on this, so we're not just looking at the same screen over and over. Yeah, sounds like it sounds like you're discussing the gamer's conundrum. It's especially bad for PC users who have bought everything possible in the Steam sale, and they're sitting on years worth of Steam sales, and then none of the games are ever played. Realistically, there's so many good free games out there now, on, say for instance, on Steam, etc, etc. It's almost not worth buying extra games. May as well just play games that are free on Steam, to be quite frank. I've been finding some good and some not so good games. At the end of the day, you get whatever you take, but certainly worth looking at more. Ooh. Slideshow mode on colony mode is not helpful here. Okay, so I think I'm at the point where having this summon only once stuff is going to be that helpful. Right, so at the moment it's more just a case that the base unit strengths that I'm against still are too much. So we won't be able to go past 16,000 up to 17,000 just yet. Okay, I was getting a little too big for my britches, I think. Also, because you weren't here early when I showed it off, Macron, I'll just demonstrate to you what this account's done so far. As you can see, various bits in the world, anywhere from having 7,000 up to 17,000 on the various colony levels. I think I need to do more of a unit boosting here, quite frankly, because I think we're experiencing some fall off. Part of the problem, as I mentioned, is the fact that I've had such bad drop rates on dragons on this account. If I could just have dragons that gave me useful items, this account would be in a far better stead. But at the moment, I just can't seem to get it. Which is a bit annoying. Yeah, I can't say I've ever really heard much about Corpse Party, personally. It's not a game that really procs to my knowledge. Yeah. Too relatable. Yeah. There is one thing that unites all us Grow Castle players, and that is the dragon never drops what we want when we want it. I still wish that the rates, I know the key boosts everything by 1%, but why the hell can they not put the base rate up by at least another 1% base for each thing, just to make things just a little more convenient? Just saying. I understand they've made it as grindy as possible to get a semblance of usefulness from what you get, but I would like it if it was slightly quicker. I'm not trying to do the whole, oh, people don't know how to grind in video games anymore. That's not what I'm saying. I sat there for, as Calrot will attest to, I sat there for like an hour and a half trying to beat Adam on Nier Automata. My problem is not grinding, it's the fact that the game has very little time to satisfaction output. Also, I think it may be a jump down to 4 actually, but up to +3 at the moment. That'd be really disappointing. I mean, I suppose we've done what? We've done basically 750 waves today. All pretty much at Devil Horn 5, with the exception of I cleared one extra wave for OCD purposes. So, I suppose it's not done too bad to basically gain another 50% of what it was at the beginning of the day. To have to finally drop down a Devil Horn at this stage in the game, I'll take it. Quite frankly, the account's still going fairly well. Is how I would describe it, I suppose. Oh, Macron, I have a proposition for you, buddy. If you're up for it, I have created... Oh yeah, and when I say Macron, I do involve you guys as well. Like, you as well, Camp and Calg. If you're up for it, we could play some more Drawful. Basically, Macron, I have an equivalent of Pictionary. And I've specifically made a Grow Castle prompt set for Pictionary. If you would be up for a game. Unless tonight is no good. In which case I'll be saving it for the weekend anyway. But I'm throwing you the possibility today as well, depending on what you want to do. Also, slideshow mode defeat? Come on. Don't do me dirty like that. But yes, Camp, this is pretty decent considering the fact that I've not had... I literally have had... You'd be up for it when your Dragon ad runs out. Well, I further proposed the proposition, if Macrom/Calgrot, you're both up for it, we can do a little bit of Grow Castle Pictionary again. Or we can just do it without Grow Castle and just do normal. Sounds like you don't really have time for it today because you have an early shift tomorrow. Macrom, life comes before game. I understand. I will hold it off for the weekend then. Camp, I don't mean to overrule you, but I think for Macrom's sake as well, we delay it to, as usual, the weekend, which will be either Saturday or Sunday, based around my availability, because Saturday or Sunday is always a family day for me, and it's not consistent. So I will just leave it as a weekend thing for the moment. That's fine. What I'll do, babe, is for the weekend one, is I'll ping you about what's going on for if you decide you're up for it at the time, buddy. With no pressures, but I'll just include you in my usual who I ping for specifically this upcoming weekend. Don't worry, I'll try not to bug you with too many pings and stuff. But yeah, that's the new line of thought there, I think. Loads of time tomorrow of your shift tomorrow or on Wednesday. Now, traditionally Wednesdays are normally my no day, to be fair, May. But this week, Wednesday is actually a yes day. Thursday is my bad day this week, because nothing stops me traditionally on my Wednesdays. Wednesdays is a screw everyone else, today's about my nephews kind of day. But this week it's on the Thursday, so because my sister's got stuff going on. So therefore, Wednesday is a possibility. But I'm also inclined to think that Wednesday will be... Who's after Ina? It was Kiara. So I think I might do a couple Holokill streams for the next couple of days, is what I'm trying to say. So I think I'll be adamant in my statement on Pictionary. But if you were available on the upcoming weekend, it'd be lovely to have you with us. It is quite fun, to be fair. Because it's not just about how easy or difficult the prompt is, you have to think about what the other person has drawn in relation to what the answer is, which makes it even more funny. When people either forget what they're looking at, or it's drawn off, and then you go, how does it look like that? So yeah, I know we've dropped down to Devilhorn 3, but I'm still quite pleased with the progress, as I say. We've done a good few waves already. The account's looking good. And what's quite fun with this account is I bet you with the slowness of the progress in terms of scaling versus actual pushing on waves, I bet you I can get all the colonies done by about wave 10,000. Bet you I finish all 3 colony worlds by like 10k. That would be funny to see. Imagine how mad that would be if I could do that. On my ISOL, I had all the colonies done by, I think, 45k in the end, because it ended up needing to be needed for pushers. But this could probably go really quick. Yeah, defeating all colonies at 10k waves would be insane, Camp. But imagine. I know that on my main account, i.e. the first time I actually played the game, I had all the colonies done by wave about 70k it was. I think I was at about 68,000 when I actually completed the colonies. I know I was definitely under the wave strength of the colonies, that's for sure. By a decent margin for somebody who had never played the game before, who of course that was my first account. But then again, we're having to treat this as nostalgia at this point, aren't we, from how much time has elapsed between now and then? I'm still happy to claim my credit on my super early Bone Dragon kill at like wave 315,000 or whatever it is. Since I'm only progressing while live on stream, while I don't transition into a dragon only account. This could be an only drags account. We're too low a wave for that though, Camp. I need some extra skill points and passives behind me, I think. But I get what you're saying. You mean get to the ability to kill Bone Dragon and then just make it Bone Dragon streams? So when I'm eventually able to kill Sin, which is still not quite yet, Camp, but I really don't think I'm that far off. Sin is okay. So Red Dragon, I've got to 3,000 strength and it's 700,000. I think beginning Sin is about 1.1 mil, 1.2 mil per kill. Maybe slightly higher. Not awful. Not awful by a long stretch. Yeah. That you Camp, you raise a good point. But I will tie into a fact of part of the reason why I've been doing the replay thing for money is because with no relics and no levels, I don't have the ability to push dragons hard. Which is why I've been using other gold methods of fallback. Plus, I was using replay mode for the gems as well. Or are you saying do an account where the challenge is to just kill dragons? So you're saying I should get to an arbitrary wave number for the purposes of having heroes at certain levels, and then just make it dragon only? That's a possibility. That's a possibility. But you probably have noticed as well anyway, Camph, that I'm not really pushing this account in terms of stream quantities anyway that much. I'm treating this account as a maybe twice, maybe once a week kind of thing. This isn't an account where I'm going, I'll stream this every day. This has been here and there, sporadic. I could use that as a... I could use the idea as a jumping off platform though. And then when we get to 10k, right, hear me out, get to 10k, make all my income using dragons, and then switch the build from a Gab account to a Fab Ice only account or a Fab Poison account. So then we're still waving on the account, right? But it's only with more unique builds, and that incorporates... Last week we had this discussion about using more than just Gab builds with this account, didn't we? So maybe that can be a transitional process. Just thinking. I'm not saying it's necessarily a good thought. I'm saying it's a thought. But I honestly don't know. I'd say this was more of just a... This really was just more for a full whimsy thing, wasn't it? If I'm being honest with myself. Well, for the actual dragon build, it would be summon only once. It'd be my dragon slaying build. I would be using a sort of a more standard dragon slaying build. But then when it comes to the waving part of the account, that could then be poison or something. So that I then join so I finally live up to my word of joining Macron and having a poison account to make the poison community twice as big. There are dozens of us. Dozens. Oh man. That show's so good. Let's just get a couple levels here. But yeah, as I say, I don't truly know camp. I'm just spitballing. Leveling 2 decks with only using dragons would be kind of rough. Poison decks can kill dragons, right? I could just do triple witch, slinger, Zara, thief. Sorry, not thief, rogue, the proper black hooded one, not the green one. And voodoo, because voodoo has to be top position. And actually not use giants. I'm using giants early game, but this is so early. We did oh yeah, Macron, out of in that case then, we can discuss this. Right? You can rate my impending poison deck out of you can rate my impending poison deck out of 10 here. It's gonna be imagine that this guy up here is this guy down here. So I would be thinking all three poison witches, half elf. Let's make this a bit more accurate, I suppose. Ugh, stupid clicking round. I think you meant in terms of levels, but I'm not sure. But yeah, here's the build concept. Rate my poison build, and then it's poison base, probably poison cannon, and then I don't know, something else like ballista for the tower. So it'd be poison slingers here, of course. It'll be poison orc. So yeah. Do you think there's anything that would be worth changing in here? If I was to run this as a hypothetical poison build? The only thing I can think of is bishop changed to voodoo. But I kind of like the idea that the bishop would be there. Switch flying orcs and slinger. So in that case then, let's just do it as one move. So this is where we'll just get rid of the TA. Yeah, the TA is only in right now as the TA is only in right now because it's early game. May. I think I discussed this last time I was when you either choose rogue or voodoo. Rogue or voodoo. Man. Why can't I see sling? Rogue has insane boss killing potential. Yeah, but the voodoo's the voodoo though. Right, so so it would look something like this. Maybe I'd also swap Dorothy off and then put the slinger here maybe. But otherwise, you reckon this would be decent for a poison one? Because that's what I was thinking. I just thought to myself, what's poison? What would I be able to achieve? And I think it'd be something like this for my poison build. So just to give you an idea of what I'm thinking. Again, for the later game build, it would be remove the town archers, have poison bomb and poison base, and just roll it. Something like that. So yeah, that's just a preview for future of my thoughts. Again, there's loads of upgrade paths missing in that because that was a set it and forget it thing that we were theory crafting together, me and Camp. Oh my god, Macron, are you serious? Level 69,420. Nice. I'm actually even going to write that, so you probably see the message before my words. No, you won't, because I'm fat fingering. Just got to make sure Rogue ends up with 1 poison stack rune. Not more? So you reckon Sarah is max poison stacks as much as possible, Rogue is 1. Okay. I appreciate your expert knowledge on this, Macron. I appreciate your assessments. I'll be taking what you say on board. The idea might never happen, but that's no offense to anything that you're doing. It's something that we're spitballing, and I will be, well, we'll be looking at it in the future, I suppose. Oh, sorry if there was some rustling there. That was me accidentally punching my headset. I don't know why. Only needs 1 so you can stack his abilities poison without problem. Okay. Once again, thank you very much, Macron, for the knowledge. So I'm sure if this does become a poison base main build, I will be very appreciative of your... He doesn't have one, he can't apply his abilities poison. Oh, then on my main then, I should really enchant one of the weapons so he has one. Good thing I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Good thing I have 5. Good thing I have 5 poison stack runes on my main account then. I'll sort that out in the future when I get more appropriate items for it. I mean, of course, having 5 poison stack runes on my main account doesn't help this one. But when I can defeat dungeons efficiently on this, I'll be going for it. Yeah, Camph. That's why I've always been a fan of Rogue. I used to run, before the Dude Grinder NVL merge, back when I just sort of had my own account where I was doing whatever I wanted, as in I wasn't following any particular build sets or guides, I was running Black Rogue for all that time. I loved it. It's brilliant. Honestly, that's why I've always appeared to have been overrating the Rogue, but that's because the Black Rogue honestly slaps hard. So when you see, oh, it hits for 60,000, but then you go, wait a minute, it's 4 times that. Yeah. That's some gnarly crit. That's some gnarly crit chance. My DBM on my main account is 97%, I think. Back checking? Yeah. My DBM is 87%, sorry, crit chance on my main account. And that's using a Lucky Orb at 18%. Yeah, did you just slap everyone for the entire worlds of damage? It's pretty nice. But yes, even just re-talking about the Black Rogue makes me want to convert this into a poison deck properly. This can run this Devil Horn just to push out the waves and give me the higher income. Do I level Rogue? My Rogue is level 30,000 on my main. So, yes. Yes, I do level Rogue. I like the Rogue though. Happy cat. But as we were discussing earlier, I have been predominantly focusing on the Giants. To be fair. The Giants are going to be hugely fleshed out. I still want to keep the other ones in check, but as mentioned, I've not been playing too much. So I've been waving. I've been waving a lot, but I've not been earning a lot. So that's why my levels are still rather wonky, even though I have been catching up. Is it worth it? Probably not, Camp. But I like the Rogue. I like how it feels to give him extra damage, so I do it anyway. Worth is a relative term, to be honest. There's what something costs and what something's worth. It's kind of the, well, there's lots of expressions for it. Whether you want to say casting pearls before swine, or whether you want to say one man's trash is another man's treasure, or if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. They're all about, you know, talking about how people can conceive things. So you tell me. To be fair, I think the game I find the most fun that includes poison. I talked about the game the other day, but it's Path of Exile. Poe has arguably the most fun version of poison in a game. It really does. Because there was a skill called Plague Bearer, which is so much fun to run with. You literally put it on, and it just super damages everything. Maybe I should re-download Poe on my laptop to see if it's super slow like it was last time I tried it. If it's not, I'd love to stream the main Poe playthrough. Maybe I should look into that at some point. But sorry, with all the good nodes, it's around 58% of whatever damage is dealt gets dealt again as poison. Sheesh. So it's effectively just about 160% effective damage. Yikes. That's not OP or anything. Also, I think it said next skill point was at wave 3000. Yeah. I second those words, Camp. It does sound pretty strong, doesn't it? Oh yeah, the poison damage deals 50% slower. So, I assume then that you take the poison deals damage 50% faster node instead. So the damage output is there quicker. And then you pick up all the poisoning damage nodes. The slower poison is for the when it says, oh yeah, we've been discussing typos before. Yeah, so's done all poison debuffs. We've been discussing before about incorrect text in the game. Monster's defense minus 20% for 2 seconds. So, you know, there's another one to the list. All monster defense minus 20% for 2 seconds. Oh no. Silly thing. I wish that you could skip those. It's a shame you have to pick them up. Much rather not have to deal with it. Did I also point out the one in the tornado node before? I might have discussed, but there's a typo in the tornado one in the fire node as well. But I don't think I ever truly mentioned. Also, this is like super clear. Maybe I jumped this back up to Devil Horn 4. Maybe it was just being super slideshow mode, which is why it was failing. Yeah, while we do that then, I'll find the node. It's been fixed. No joke, it's been fixed. Element was not spelt right here at all. Like, it was not even close. It was like ELMNEENT or something. Like, it was super out of the way. Like, you couldn't even understand how it was given to that word. So they've actually fixed a typo, interestingly. The fact that you can run DH3 with less than 0.025 ratio. Ooh. Yeah. Then again, mate, people find out what the meta is. They cling to the meta, and they do no outward thinking. Like, at all. I believe a lot of people have the pathology of, why would I try to find out excess things if everybody else has already found it out? But sometimes finding out yourself is just as good of a lesson. No think, just meta. Exactly, Calgi. But it's weird. How I learn, my brain goes, this does that because of this. When I explain stuff to people about how stuff works, I tend to over-explain because I like to explain why it's doing it. A lot of people want to just know, oh, this I don't know, let's assume I'm talking about a lid on a pot, right? People would just go, oh, so I just want to lift the lid off the pot. And I would explain it as, when you lift the lid off the pot, the things inside the pot will get the excess air, so it's worth it to have the lid off. That's an example of many different things. Back when I was working in retail, I was what was called a team coach at where I was working, so I was in charge of a lot of training. Everybody would tell me that they wanted me to just shut up and tell them what they wanted them to do. But I thought to myself, well, if you don't understand why you're doing it, you're just blindly following orders. Understand the reasons behind things. And then you can break it down. And that's where you get like Kalgarot in Holocure level of knowledge of things. It's just a good principle to apply. And that in short is why I like to work things out. And that's why I try to give as much detail in what I do. Not gonna lie, me and my mini-me once nearly broke our company's entire system because we figured out too much. So I understand how to work my way around things. But at the same time, my insistent need to understand random things is the reason why I know about NAPA, which is the North American Plant Protection Association, which I'm sure none of you Americans would even know exists. That's the thing. Sometimes I go into too much levels of research to understand why things are they are, or something. Oh yeah, sorry, I spaced out. We were looking at the skill tree node. I was trying to find the typos, and I forgot I wanted to upgrade Devilhorn. Yes, indeed, Vegeta's deceased sidekick. But no, there is an actual thing called NAPA, North American Plant Protection Association. So when the USDA issues phytosanitary certificates for sweet potatoes, when they get exported, for instance, they have to be approved by NAPA. So there you go. But also, yes, what did the scouter say about his power level? And also, yes, that that itself is translated wrong. The power level actually shows us over 8,000, but English Vegeta says it's over 9,000. So, why there was that mistranslation, I don't know. It was 9,001. But yes, originally it was over 9,000. Originally it was over 8,000. You could even hear it in the original dub. But when it came to English, it was like 9,000. He just suddenly gained 1,000 power spike, which nowadays for Goku means absolutely nothing. Also, you then think, what caused the standardization of the power levels? Because Vegeta's Scouter itself was manufactured as a part of Frieza and his Empire, right? So the power level thing is indicative measure, but where would that have started from? You know, these are the questions in life. I'm out here talking about dragonfly penises, but we're not asking the real questions. Okay, back to Devilhorn 3 then. Fine. I relent. I need to do more excessive grinding on this account for Devilhorn 5. Actually, the secret to this account getting Devilhorn 5 permanently, really, or at least for a far longer period of time, is literally just farming Sin. I just need a couple more levels, fight Sin, get better items, and then we're there. Really? Quite honestly. But also, speaking of Vegeta, definitely my favourite villain, I think, of pretty much of all time. When I watched Dragon Ball Z, it was sort of before. Exactly. Secret to permanent is farming bone. But I mean, for this account's early success, it will be get better items. Once I've got the better items, this will all knock into effect. But at the moment, I'm still on B items for almost the entire squad. Yeah, Cell is hilarious. I love Cell. But for me, there's something about Vegeta that's just super cool. I've always been invested in Cell ever since he first appeared on screen, and I was like, wow, this guy is cool. Even though he was a villain at the time, super cool. But also, I do love Cell. I think for somebody who never becomes a hero, because Vegeta is more of a... Vegeta was a villain, and then becomes a part of the heroes team. So he's a villain turned hero. For purely staying as a villain, yes, perfect Cell. 100%. I think I was talking before about as part of the Cell games when that person drives near the stadium and he's like, you forgot your car, and he starts throwing it at him. But yeah, the Cell games. I think when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, Cal, I think Cell games was the best saga. And then after Cell games, this one's weird, but I think for me it's the Saiyaman saga. After Goku dies and then the plot focuses on Gohan, that is really fun. And when he meets Videl, I really liked that arc. To be fair, I thought it was great. What's kind of funny though is that the reason why Gohan becomes the protagonist is because Toriyama wanted to transition the protagonist to be Gohan, which is why you get a few strange episodes where Gohan's like really good and really strong, and then all of a sudden he just becomes feeble and useless for no reason. It's because Toriyama changed his mind on the protagonist. So it's a little disappointing for Gohan, honestly, in that sense. When I found out that was why, I felt a little sorry for Gohan, because he did not deserve that treatment. But again, that's also why Goku made Gohan fight Cell, because it was in preparation to say, hey look, here's your new protagonist, this guy's going to be the rising star. So it was actually preluded back then. I know in terms of episodes it's only about 5-10 episodes difference, but you know, let's just gloss past that point. Yeah, I wasn't a big Buu Saga appreciator. But Majin Buu as a villain is just so eh. Then in amongst the Buu Saga you had when Vegeta became Majin, and you had Garlic Jr. return and stuff like that, and I was just like, no. Give me back Cell. I'd rather just see Cell again. To be quite honest. But at the moment I've got D's nuts getting all hyped with me because he's enjoying the latest season of Demon Slayer. He was showing me some of the frames from the latest season. And he was like, look at this, how cool is this? And I'm like, sorry, that's not one I watch. And he was like, oh. And I just said to him, I'm happy to be your hype man. I've chatted to you about it, but I don't know anything. But yeah, when it comes to power scaling as well, Dragon Ball was insane. It took them forever to get to Super Saiyan, and now in Dragon Ball Super, they've gone through like 5 different transformations in the space of like 100 episodes or whatever, and you're just like, how did they get that much quicker, that much more powerful, that much quicker? It's quite crazy, really. honestly, when it comes to shonen anime, they did a good job of actually showing decent power scaling. I think Bleach actually did a rather good job. Take out the awful filler series, right? He doesn't, like, it's not like he immediately goes through different phases. Ichigo has a proper time going through becoming more powerful and connecting with Zangetsu rather than just, oh, I'm just going to go into Super Saiyan 7 now. But then I did quite like early Bleach. But then again, I'll happily talk anime at any point, to be fair. So. I don't think I've made an anime series tier list yet. Maybe I should get on that. People wouldn't find it interesting because I'm not as updated with the newer series as most people are. I just talk about like Clanad and Claymore and stuff, I suppose. Oh yeah, sorry, Macrom, I didn't even address your previous comment when you're saying about farming sim with bone dropping S items. I feel ya. I was frustrated the first few times I fought bone and all I was getting was the A tier items or whatever. I was so annoyed. It's so silly. You'd be happy as long as One Piece is S tier. Well, Camp, for your sake, I would make it like F- tier. Don't you worry. Thing is, if I was to make a tier list, I would have to omit One Piece Camp though. Under the comment where, because what I normally do whenever I make them tier lists is I have to have enough knowledge to fairly rate something. If I can't accurately give a proper opinion on it, why should I be entitled to make the opinion, as it were? I can't go talking about, you know, sportsmen or, you know, like nail gloss colours, right? Because I ain't got a clue. I know I'm using wide out examples, but I think you get what I'm talking about. I'd probably just give One Piece a token. It's in the God tier list because of what it's done for the reason for making One Piece afraid of a good time. Don't threaten me with a good time. Well, I mean, technically I could rate it because I have read the first 20 about. So yeah, I think I've got 8 tri-volumes. So I've read the first 24 volumes of One Piece or whatever. I need to remember Hisaki Zanpakuto to make a Hisaki. Oh, his. Yeah. Of course. Sorry. Yeah. His is cool. I actually quite liked. I didn't mind Rangiku's. I liked what Rangiku's Zanpakuto did. But actually, the one that I thought was one of the coolest ones was Gin's. I know he's a deceitful, traitorous bastard like Aizen, but Gin's Zanpakuto was pretty cool. I also like the build up in how they did it, because he held on to what his Zanpakuto did for so long. There was a proper build up to what could it do. It could be anything, and people saying, "Oh, don't fight him. His Zanpakuto's got a really cool. His Bankai is really something, and nobody's ever lived to tell the tale." And then it leads into a really cool fight. So I kind of like that. Honestly. Well, this account's nearly done 1,000 waves for today. That's not bad. Like, it's not amazing, but it's not awful. But also for Bleach, I really liked Grimjow Jaggerjack. He was a very cool Espada. And I loved his and Ichigo's fight. That was a good set of episodes. Oh, I've just seen in the Discord some random dudes wanting to promo the guild. That's cool. Good luck to them. Quite frankly. So I'm going to set an arbitrary kind of wave. I think for tonight we'll go to 2,500 or close as damn it for this evening. Obviously taking into account that I want to end on like an and 1, so I can do replay mode if desired. So I think that's roughly where we'll get to for this evening. As a heads up. Oh yeah, Calg. I finished up fandom for Watson earlier. I did a stage mode and I ended up getting Gachikoi. So that's kind of cool. Which is done. Lude said he's going to stream. Yes, Camp, but there was a caveat. Let me just scroll back in chat because he did say... I'm not going to misquote him. He said... Where was it? I'm not 100% sure if I can stream tonight. My internet is doing stuff. For whatever reason, my download speed is even slower than upload speed, so playing any game that is server-based, such as Honkai Star Rail, would be basically impossible. And then me and him had a big old talk about stuff. His headset ran dry out of power. There you go. That's the story of Ludi. TLDR, no Ludi on Twitch. He fell victim to the classic German scam that is known as internet. Yeah, so no Ludi stream for today. Just me, I'm afraid. Otherwise, once again, we'd have another night where he'd have to say one word every like 6 seconds, like he did the other night camp. So yeah. There we go. That's the story of Ludicrous. So, I mean, it's great that we've done another 1,000 waves, but I expected as much, but it's a little disappointing that I had to go down a Devil Horn level. Little disappointing. I was sort of more hoping it could just be permanently Devil Horn 4 all day. That's not the case. Then again, I suppose we've been doing Devil Horn 4 permanently for 3.5 hours here, so early game, pretty good, honestly. I feel relatively content despite my dismay in a weird, conflicting well of emotions. I didn't mean to sound poetic, by the way. It sounded a little like it, but no. So let's see as well, right? Can this do a tenner? Should be able to. It's less than Devil Horn 5. Yeah, it's less than Devil Horn 5. This account should be able to 10 wave skip. So, hold on. This is Wave 2500. But I wanted it to say Wave 2501. So, when I said 2500 or close as damn it, let's... Okay, fine then. Fine then. The game's like, no, just do it normally, you dick. And I'm just thinking, okay, fine, whatever. So, let's just knock this off. Get this one out of the way. I want it to end on 2501. And then I'm golden. Oh, by chance crit damage and +1, a colony cooldown E-line. Where were you scanned? What, because it gave you 1 crit chance and 1 crit damage? Instead of like 2 of one of them? Is that where you got scammed? The colony cooldown is the best bit of that item, quite honestly. You did get something good, you got colony cooldown E-line, mate. Nice one. Love it. Okay, so... Am I at the right wave? It's the wrong button. Yes, I'm at the correct wave. So, I will be saying adieu to you for now. tomorrow will be the Ina stream for Holocure. Wednesday is now free for me this week. So Wednesday could be something. Whether it be Holocure, Nier Automata, Slice and Dice. We'll decide that when we go along. And it's now Thursday, which I'll be unavailable this week. So I'll be around for the next couple of days this week. Thanks as always, guys. And I will catch y'alls, whoever decides to come and join me tomorrow. Otherwise, catch you all soon.